Welcome to the Crawcast. I'm your host, George Krawczak, and today I am doing my predictions for the Saturday night main event, which is being built around Goldberg's final match. It's a little bit weird, so I do my prediction videos a couple hours, usually after Raw ends, and as of right now, there's only 3 matches announced. But to me, it's not necessarily super surprising because these Saturday night main events are a little bit shorter. They're usually about 2 hours when you include commercials and ad breaks and stuff like that. And there's also entrances. And I can see almost any of these matches going around 20 minutes each. So I assume that there'll be another match added probably from SmackDown. But as of right now, there's only 3 matches in the pay per view. So now, given that's out of the way, and if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. And if you want my more immediate thoughts on things, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Crawcast. Now let's get started. So the first match is Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. There's not really a story to this match. It's more just Drew McIntyre's returning. Randy Orton's a big name, so let's put them against each other. I have Drew McIntyre winning because he was on like a pretty high run and was getting pushed kind of towards the main event because I think he is a main eventer. And all of a sudden he just kind of got injured. He got beat up. His body wore down a little bit, and so he needed to take some time off. So now this allows him to kind of come back and recharge and get back on the path he was before by beating Randy Orton. I really don't see any advantage right here for Randy Orton winning. It doesn't really make sense to me because I think he's kind of transitioned to the point where he's still a main event name, but I think he's kind of like a upper mid carder and not necessarily feels like the main event level player at this moment. And so Drew McIntyre will continue doing great work, and this will continue his run kind of towards the top and back into the title picture because he deserves it. Because last year, I think he was kind of the superstar of the year. He was really, really great, and he's only been better. And again, he just kind of unfortunately got injured at the wrong time. So I think this will be like a nice little reset for him, beat Orton, and then get back into the groove of things. The next match is LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, and this match I kind of went a little bit back and forth on, but I am picking LA Knight to win. I think it does make the most sense because if I had to take a guess, I think CM Punk will probably interfere and screw over Seth Rollins because that's kind of the story they're going with, where CM Punk's gonna be like, "Well, you keep screwing me in my matches, I'm gonna screw you in your match." And so that's why I think LA Knight will win. But it's kind of interesting. So they took out Sami Zayn, so he's no longer a part of the picture. Will Penta potentially get involved and help LA Knight win? Because this also seems like they have a bad habit of doing this, and this is the main reason why I'm picking LA Knight. Is when someone wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, it feels like they go through a huge losing streak to try to make it as shocking as possible when they actually win the title. And I can see them doing that with Seth, but also it's a little bit weird to do it with Seth because he's already a main eventer. So it's not necessarily establishing a new star with the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's kind of just keeping the star you have high. So if Seth Rollins does end up winning this, I feel like there should have been an added stipulation, like make it for the briefcase or something like that. But I think LA Knight will win, and it makes sense for him because again, he's on a weird level where I think a lot of fans want him to be a main eventer, but the WWE backstage and production does not see him as a main eventer. And so he's kind of like in a weird, odd, like middle ground. Kind of feels like a little bit like Randy Orton. And so I think this will build momentum and keep him strong for potentially facing someone for a title because John Cena and Cody Rhodes that's set for SummerSlam, but Gunther needs an opponent, so potentially LA Knight versus Gunther. I don't know because it also doesn't make sense of brands because LA Knight's a SmackDown guy, but also he keeps showing up on Raw, so I think the brand split is kind of continuing to die, and it's really always been dead. So I have LA Knight winning, and I think Penta will probably come out and help even the odds, and maybe CM Punk will come out and help even the odds because I can see potentially war games if it's like Penta, CM Punk, LA Knight, and someone else versus Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and someone else potentially. But overall, there's no real stakes to this match. I have LA Knight winning. And your main event is Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I have I have Gunther winning, kind of plain and simple. It's Goldberg's retirement match, and I really don't like how WWE is treating this, where it feels like they should have a contingency plan if Goldberg wins, saying like either he has to relinquish the title or he will defend the title at SummerSlam against whoever. Because I don't like that they're not even treating it like he has any shot at winning. Because, for example, when Mick Foley was brought out of retirement for WrestleMania 2000 and put in the world title picture, it was supposed to be a one match thing, but we understand he obviously wrestled many matches after that, but it was supposed to be a one match thing, and they're like, okay, if he wins the title, he's going to relinquish it and it's going to go to a tournament or something. So that really just frustrates me. It's like they're not even acting like Goldberg has any shot at winning. So I have I have Gunther winning because again, it's Goldberg's retirement match. And I just want to point out that we don't know obviously what the match is going to be like, but look at the effort Goldberg puts into this match compared to what effort Cena puts into his match. Because that's kind of something that's frustrating me, is because I get it, you don't want to get injured, and I totally understand that. But it feels like John Cena's already done with wrestling, and he's just kind of phoning it in on his retirement tour. Like maybe he really can't go, and maybe that's the issue, and that's why his matches have just kind of been average in terms of work rate. But I feel like Cena should put more of an effort into his matches instead of just like I said, I feel like he's kind of phoning it in because he doesn't want to get injured for his retirement run, and then he doesn't want to get injured for Hollywood immediately after his retirement run. So just look at the effort Goldberg puts into this, because I do think this will be a good match. Because since it's Goldberg's farewell tour and it's a send off, I don't think it will be like a 2 minute squash match. I think this will at least go longer than 10 minutes, and I think that Goldberg's really going to get the crap beat out of him, and Gunther's going to get the crap beat out of him, and I think this will be a nice farewell send-off to the character of Goldberg. So those are my predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. If you want my more immediate thoughts on things, follow me at Twitter or on Twitter at Crawcast, and I'll see you on the next one.